بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد. Traveler 2 Mr. Muhammad Tawfiq. Module 4 Diversity. For B Cultural differences. Reading. Discuss. Think of gesture or customs that exist in your country. Do you think they are the same everywhere around the world? Get the answers to the question blue, then read and check your answers. How do Saudi perfume their houses and the clothes? A. They burn something. They light candles. I think the right answer is yes, right. They burn something. They burn something. What's a common way for people in Belgium to greet each other? How they greet each other? They kiss 3 times on the cheek. They shake hands. I think the right answer is they kiss their 3 times on the cheek. They kiss 3 times on the cheek. What does pulling the skin down under your eye mean in Japan? Something is boring, something is interesting. I think the right answer is A. Something is boring. Yes, right. They do it differently. Let's read. We know what feels normal and right to do in our culture, but as a culture have customs and gestures that are different and they may seem strange to us. So it's easy to misunderstand someone from a culture that is different from our own. Here are a few examples. While I was in Saudi Arabia on a business trip, I was invited to a Saudi friend's house for lunch. It was the first time I had been to a Saudi house and I was impressed by the sculpture decoration. At lunchtime, my friend Ibrahim showed me into the dining room where I met his 4 sons. The boys were talking cheerfully about their day when a man came in the room, silently, carrying a beautiful cup with something burning in it. I was curious about it. I was about to ask Ibrahim to tell me more about it when a wonderful smell interrupted my thoughts. Ibrahim explained that it was a custom in Saudi Arabia to burn bukhur, a kind of scented wood, to create a pleasant atmosphere. It is also a polite to use bukhur when you have guests. John Boston. I am from Wisconsin, and when we meet someone for the first time, we usually shake hands. Well, I had a big surprise in Belgium. When I was introduced to my friend's brother, something occurred which made me feel uncomfortable. I said hi to him, extending my hand, and he came up to me and kissed me on the cheek, not once, but 3 times, going from one cheek to the other. Of course, I went red, and they started laughing at me. In Beijing, it's common to greet someone by kissing 3 times. Jack Metzer. Last year I was invited to Japan by my friend Daiki. On the second day of my visit, Daiki asked me if I wanted to go to his house for dinner, and of course I said yes. It was really enjoyable, but halfway through the night I got something in my eye, so I tried to remove it with my finger. Daiki's brother saw me and he got really upset. I couldn't understand who I thought. I asked Yaki why his brother was angry with me, And he told me that in Japan, when you pull the skin down under your eye, it shows that you find something boring later in the evening. I apologized to Diak's brother and tried to clear up the misunderstanding, but I am not sure he believed me. Peter, Miami. Read again and answer the question. Question number 1. Why did they use bukhur in Ibrahim's house? Why? Because it's a custom in Saudi Arabia to burn it to create a pleasant atmosphere. It's also polite to use bukhur when you have guests. Again, the answer. Because it's a custom in Saudi Arabia to burn it to create a pleasant atmosphere. It is also polite to use bukhur when you have guests. Number 2. How did John first react when he saw bukhur burning? He was curious about it. Why did Jack extend his hand to say hi? How did Jack feel when the man kissed him? He felt uncomfortable. He went red. Why did Peter put the skin down under his eye? Because he got something in his eye. Again, because he got something in his eye. What did Peter do after the misunderstanding? He apologized to Diak's brother and tried to explain. Again, he apologized to Diak's brother and tried to explain. Look at the highlighted words, phrases in the text and choose the correct meaning, A or B. Silently. What's meant by silently? Without moving, without speaking. I think the right answer is yes, right? B, without speaking. Silently, without speaking. Was about to. Was ready to. Was afraid to. I think the right answer is A, was ready to. Was about to equals was ready to. Occurred. Was said, happened. Happened. Yes, right, happened. The right answer is happened. Remove. Take out or cover. Remove means take out. Clear up. Clear up. Explain or find out. To clear, to, yes, right, explain. Clear up, explain. Discuss. Have any misunderstandings like the ones in the text ever happened to you? Have you heard of any happening to other people? Number 2, vocabulary. Verbs plus preposition. Verbs like help, go, run, by. Preposition like in, on, to, at, from, over. Let's see. Look at the verbs in the box and use some of them to complete the sentence. Apologize to someone for doing something. Apologize to. Smile at someone. Smile, preposition at. Talk to or with someone about something. Take the preposition to or with. Laugh at someone or something. Laugh at. Forget about someone or something. Forget about. Invite someone to something. Invite. To come and visit. Wait for someone or something. Wait for. Introduce someone to someone else. Lie to someone about something. Lie to. Argue with someone about something. Argue with. Exercise number 1. Let's Ali to our house for dinner next Saturday. You should to board for being rude. Let's invite Ali to our house for dinner next Saturday. You should to Bull for being rude. Yes, right, you should apologize. Should apologize. Number 3, it's not polite to at people when they fall down. It's not polite to laugh. Yes, right, laugh. 4, don't about the appointment. It's at 8:30. Don't forget. Don't forget. You can for Dr. Saud in his surgery. He is on his way. Number 6, Sam didn't want to his family about where he was. 5, you can wait. You can wait for Dr. Saud in his surgery. He is on his way. 7, Sam didn't want to lie to his family about where he was. My sisters always with each other about the housework. My sister always argue. Thank you and goodbye.